My name is Victoria Smith, and welcome to Consensu, your consent solution. So here's Martha. She's reading a consent form because her son is sick, and so she's feeling very confused and overwhelmed. Now, meet Carlos. He's the health researcher trying to help Martha, but he's frustrated by the consent form template because the jargon's confusing for his patients. Now, Carlos is working with Linda. She works in the pharmaceutical industry, and she's struggling to get her internal legal department to agree with the local ethics board. And so she's frustrated by the poor participation rates in their clinical trial. So what's the problem? It's consent forms. They're long and boring, but also complicated and scary. And that's confusing and upsetting for patients, frustrates researchers, it eats up their time. And so this costs pharma and medtech companies. Sorry, I have to pause very quickly. Am I lagging? I'm concerned that there's a lag because it seems to be a lag on my end. Okay, so it frustrates medtech and pharma folks who need participants for their trials as bad consent forms lead to dropout. So what's the solution? It's Consensu, a digital consent platform that offers exclusive multimedia content to enhance understanding and improve participation. So that means that your consent form does not need to be filled with lengthy, complex paragraphs that look like this. Instead, it can look a little bit more like this. So it's friendly and accessible and people understand. So we make patients feel better and help them to understand, and that saves time and money for researchers and for sponsors. So how big is the market? The global clinical trials market is enormous, expected to be about $47 billion this year. Canada's fourth globally in clinical trials, approving over 900 per year on average. We spent about $4 billion on health research in 2019, and there's currently 5,500 active clinical trials in Canada, but only 1 to 3% of eligible participants choose to do so. So the market's huge, but the market I'm focused on, my target, is the pediatric cancer research market. And from my research, I think that's going to be about a $1.7 million beachhead market at this time. So the business model is subscription-based. We offer a platform that gives tiered access to our content and our templates. So the basic package gives you the content bank and a basic template. Premium gives you custom templates specific to institutions and jurisdictions. And Platinum gives you tailored original content that's branded and made for you with boutique support for ethics review. So who's the competition? There's a few heavy hitters. Medible's a big player. Trilex has been around for a while. There's other e-consent platforms, but none of them offer multimedia content. And that's a big deal. See, multimedia content is the special sauce. It's actually recommended by regulators, but researchers don't have the time or the tools, and sponsors can't risk costs and delays. That's why our content meets all the requirements and hits all the right notes. So this is a real consent form that I took in a pilot project and transformed into something that was, I think, much nicer, much better, a consent video. It was approved by our local ethics board. The client's absolutely thrilled. Every researcher I've spoken with is so excited to be able to use this product. So I've spoken with a whole bunch of researchers, well, 31 researchers so far, a few research ethics professionals like myself, some primary care physicians, a nurse, a number of patients, about 50 interviews to date, and looking forward to more, and specifically with pharma folks. In terms of my roadmap right now, following a successful pilot project in the Genesis Evolution program, I'm looking forward to pursuing my tax funding to support research as well as an internship. And looking forward to solidifying some partnerships with some ethics boards. So my name's Victoria Smith. I'm a research ethics and sensitive data professional with a decade of experience in research regulation. I know I look young. My expertise is largely in research consent and ethics review. I'm a skilled consultant who works closely with Canada's leading research ethics regulators and decision makers. Please email me. So I'm a small team with very big ambitions. Please contact me specifically if you're a medtech company looking to conduct research, an investor, or an experienced innovator who wants to mentor an ambitious and determined entrepreneur. So by making consent better for everyone, we all win. So I'm thrilled to take your questions and your feedback.